Hey guys, Crazy Postman here. Will you join me here back at my mom and dad's house? And since the last episode, I've been able to mow a full, all three zones together. So let me throw a screenshot up here and show you how long that took. So it took one full day and then a little bit of a second day to get all of these 12,000 square feet mowed. In that video, we completely maxed out the Terra mow. When we were mapping the third area over there, we mapped until it said it was full, that it couldn't map anymore. And I'm pretty sure that's it, that it won't map any more than that on just the one base station. Now, there is a way to get multiple base stations and you can have multiple maps with your Terra mow. Somebody in the comments suggested maybe it's just a 10,000 square feet maximum area. And I'm pretty sure that's not right, but we can test that out here in a quick episode. So we got the Terra over here. It's been a week since we've been here. We got these little green fuzzies coming up now. So hopefully we get grass growing in this whole area. I kind of ran out of grass seed about right there, so it's still going to be dirt over here. So it rained pretty hard last night, and you can see Terra's pretty dirty under there. So what we're going to do, since a good chunk of this is already in the map, I'm going to try to add another area off in this direction, and we're going to see what the app says about that. It should tell me no pretty quickly when it starts mapping that we're already over the max area. Now, like I said earlier in the video, you can get a second charging base and it will have a completely different map. So I could put one charging base in the backyard and one charging base in the front yard, and I could map 12,000 more square feet out here. But they won't work together. I can't have it in this base and say go mow this map because it would be completely separate. But we're going to go ahead and goof around anyway. Let me meet y'all in the app and we'll see what happens. So here we are in the Terra mow app. You can see this is my S, which I used last. So we're going to have to switch over to the V and enter the map here. So you can see map 1 is what we have selected. I actually have another map already on this one. You can go in here to map management and you can see map 2 is with the other charger base at my house in another town. So I could just put this Terra mow in my trunk and drive it to my house, and it would be able to mow over at my house, just like the Terra S can that's over at my house. I could bring my Terra S from my house and introduce it to this charging base and then have it map 1,200 square meters out here in the front yard. So if I ever get in a pinch, I can do that. So it seems to be only a software restriction that the map is connected to the charging base. I can't physically add another map without having another charging base. There is no like add another map button. So I couldn't add another map and connect it to this charging base. This charging base has one map. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into map management and we're going to say add a new zone. So I'm going to say add via manual control. So we need to connect Bluetooth. And now we need to control our Terra over here to where we're going to start our second zone, or fourth in this case actually.
Start remote control.
I like the voice that Terra mow uses for this V series. It kind of reminds me of Hal.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Before I do anything, looking at how dirty it is, let me check the camera and make sure the camera is clean. For how dirty the robot is, the camera is actually pretty clean. Just use my shirt.
Exit remote control.
Hey, what'd you do that for?
Start remote control.
Maybe because I waited too long. When it gets ready and it starts doing its spin, I'm just going to stay behind it so I don't get in its camera, so I don't get in its picture. I don't know if you have to do that or not. I just like doing that.
Editor Crazy Postman here. Well, we're just going to cruise through this real fast and fast forward because I made an error here. So you can see where the Terra is sitting. It's on a dirt patch. And if you zoomed in on the map, it's not actually in a mapped area. So this isn't going to work what I'm doing right now. I ended up having to move the Terra to the right to get into that grass area before it could find where it was in the world, because right now, for all it knows, this little patch of dirt doesn't exist because it's not in its map.
Here.
And just when I thought I had everything figured out, I was ready to put my pathway into the next zone. So I tell it to start proceeding forward, and I hit a virtual boundary. Duh. I forgot to open a hole in the virtual boundary, so the robot can't go through a wall.
So we're going to have to edit my map to remove this virtual boundary real quick. So we should be ready for the real attempt now. I removed the virtual boundary that kept Terra from going into the front yard here. So now we're going to make a pathway into our new zone that I think is not going to work, but we're going to find out. Now it's going to do a spin again, and this time it's going to work. It's going to spin real slow once and then maybe real fast once.
Locating. Location successful.
All right.
Starting point successfully. Starting crossing multi-zone pathway.
Okay, here we go. There's no virtual boundary no-go zone to stop me now. Okay.
Pathway setup successful. Resuming mapping.
All right, it's mapping. We'll give it a virtual fence at the edge of the house so it won't go forever into the front yard.
At least that's what I thought I was going to do. Watch when I hit the pause button. The robot responds, and then...
So I'm going to pause it right here. And then we're going to edit a virtual fence. Hey, pause. Failed to pause. Where's it going? Now it's just quit. It said task paused, and then it just resumed. Now I don't know what it's doing.
Editor Crazy Postman here again. Unfortunately, this is the start of about 1 hour of misery for me, trying to figure out what just happened and how to get it back doing what I need it to do.
Y'all heard it say task paused, right? That wasn't just me. Let me tell you what I think I've figured out. Remember when we were mapping in the front yard and I told it to pause? It said pause, but then it kept going and we had some kind of error. I think that is what has screwed me up, because if you look here at the top on the app, it says it's unfinished. So it still thinks it's mapping. And you know how big my area is here. It's huge. I've mapped a huge area, and it wants to continue mapping in like the whole area instead of just the little section I was messing in out here. There's no way to tell it to continue out there. It's going to want to rerun the whole area, I think, and that's going to take forever. There doesn't seem to be a way to abort what it's doing, because anything I do, the app tells me, please complete the current zone mapping before editing. I did go in here and I deleted the little pathway we made. But now it's not going to try to go back out there. So I'm not sure what it's going to do. Since I deleted that little pathway, I can't re-add it while it thinks it's still mapping. So the only way to get out of what I just did is to let it spend who knows how long, 2, 4, 6 hours remapping this whole area. So I really think I'm screwed here, guys. We'll see what it does, but there's no way out. I deleted the app, I've rebooted the mower. It says just unfinished at the top. Map is incomplete. That's all I'm going to be able to do. We're going to hit continue mapping, and we'll see how long this takes. And the funny thing is, since I deleted this little pathway, it's not going to finish mapping out there. So whenever it spends however much time it's going to take to finish mapping what it thinks is unfinished, then we're still going to have to do it again to finish this episode. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness. So let me tell you what happened. I told it to continue mapping. It drove out here into the yard and sat for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. It didn't move. And then it said mapping completed. And now it's going home. So hopefully now, once it does its little saving map and processing, we can continue messing around in the front yard. The disaster wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Now I think we're ready to try the new area again. But you can see here, I deleted the pathway. So we're going to have to re-add it in. But since there's area there now, I'm just going to re-add it through software here. So we're going to say add a new zone. We're going to say add via map editing. After editing pathway, please start the mapping task to add the new zone. Okay. So there is our pathway. We've added it via the app.
Resuming mapping. Self-checking.
Hopefully it goes out here into this new area and explores it
Detecting. Loading.
instead of driving everywhere.
Loading system.
We're about to find out what happens. Go out to the front yard now. Turn to the left. Maybe it's going to go all the way around this tree. Instead of... So I thought the whole point of this orange thing here was to tell it it can drive there, even though it's not a grass area. I could be wrong. We'll have to look and see. But it does look like it's doing the right thing. It's going to the start of this pathway here. Got the old Robo-Mow over here in retirement. Alright, it said it's crossing the pathway. Y'all probably didn't hear that. Now, an hour and a half into the episode, we're going to find out if it will map more area. I got the no-go zone out here installed properly now, and it can map this whole area. Hopefully, we won't have a weird error like we did earlier when I tried to stop it. There it goes. Now it's mapping. It hit the virtual boundary. It's thinking hard about something out there.
The map area has reached its limit. The mapping task has been completed. Mapping complete.
So we hit the area maximum again. So this solves it once and for all. There is a maximum map area that is software limited. If I wanted to have this mower mow in the front yard, I would have to get a second charging base and I would have to have a second map. And then it could map out 1,200 some odd more thousand square feet. I wished it could understand that it can go this way, but I'm pretty sure it's going to cross and go all the way around this tree here, which is not really a problem. It's fine. And there you have it. It is a software limitation, and it is not an area maximum size. You just can't add any more than 1,200 square meters. So thanks for watching this experiment episode. It was a lot longer than it should have been because of a weird software glitch and then quite a bit of user error trying to figure out what was going on. So we got it figured out, and we now know for sure that we cannot add any more than what is allowed to be added. It's a software limit. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.